What's happening, everybody? Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Black Boss channel in Victory Formation. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe. Now, this, I mean, if there wasn't, if you, like I said, I do this all the time. I talk about how if you don't realize white supremacy or white media companies are out to attack you and your people, then here's the latest example. Well, the New York Post put out an article that like takes the cake, at least recently for me, in as far as that mantra goes that I just spit it out. Like, basically, if you don't realize racism and white supremacy is real, or if you try to debunk it or try to say like, oh no, it's just black people overreacting, then look at this, right? So DMX, as we all know, DMX is literally fighting for his life, right? He is fighting for his life, and we know that he has had this addiction to drugs since a very young age, right? He talks about how he was tricked into taking crack for the first time at age 14 by someone he loved, by someone he looked up to, by someone he thought had his best interest at heart. And at 14 years old, he got a child addicted to drugs, right? So he struggled with this. He struggled with this for decades, for years and years and years. So he's literally fighting for his life after his latest run-in with drugs, right? There's these vigils and all of these things taking place right now, hoping and praying that DMX is able to make it out on the other side of this, right? So while this is happening, this is literally taking place this week, over the last week or two, or last week and some change. The New York Post, which has never been the friend of black people, the New York Post, which has never been, on our side, the New York Post, which has never come out and said anything positive in the light of us, people that look like you, people with melanated skin, comes out with an article. And I saw the headline and I thought it was fake, because you see a lot of stuff on Twitter, and you see these headlines and screenshots and screen grabs, and you don't know what's real and what's not a lot of times. But I looked it up, and it's very much so real. They come out while DMX, remember, DMX is fighting for his life. Like his life right now. And they come out with an article that says DMX and the houses he has lost during his rap career. DMX and the homes he has lost over his rap career. So while this man is literally fighting for his life, they publish an article while his name is trending to try to get clicks about the homes that he has lost because of his addiction to drugs. You think that is the right time to come out with an article about DMX? Not about, here's the biggest hits of DMX's career, or here's the people that DMX have touched and impact over the course of his life, or here's how DMX overcame the life of, robbing and stealing to being a multi-platinum superstar in the hip-hop community. Nothing like that. No. That's shedding too much light on somebody who could potentially be leaving us soon, or that is fighting for his life, and that we hope and give our thoughts and prayers and hope that he comes out on the other side and is okay after this. No. That's too good, right? Instead, we're going to show you, because of this drug addiction, here's the homes that he has lost throughout his life. Here's how he blew through his money and lost these big fancy establishments, these big mansions, because he was bad with his money. That's what the New York Post decided to publish during this time. They didn't publish it 2 weeks ago. DMX lost those same homes 2 weeks ago, or 2 months ago, or 2 years ago. They decided to publish it while this man is fighting for his life. If that doesn't tell you what they think about you, what does? If that doesn't tell you what they think about you, what does? DMX, who at one point was the biggest rap superstar in all of hip hop. The man had two multi-platinum albums come out in the same year. Not calendar year, not like, February of 1998 and, not like February of 98 and before, what I'm saying? Like in the same year. He dropped an album in like March and right in December. And both of them went platinum in the same year, or November or something like that in like 1998. DMX, who went on to star in movies and was a huge actor, a big-time actor coming out of New York, a big-time rapper, actor. The Rough Riders, they had merch. They were huge. And yes, he's had his struggles. And no man is perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. And he's had his struggles and he's dealt with that. But while he's fighting for his life, you decide to publish an article that talks about not just his struggles with his addictions, but how those struggles caused him to lose an exorbitant amount of money and to lose his homes. Like, I mean, I can't make this up, guys. I can't make this up. I'm reading from the article right now because I had to check it out. I was like, there's no way they thought right now was appropriate to write this article. So it says fans around the world are holding vigils and praying for the survival of hip-hop legend as he remains on life support at White Plains Hospital. DMX was at his White Plains home when he overdosed on drugs and triggered a heart attack and left him in a, quote, vegetable state. The complicated Rough Riders, oh my God. The complicated Rough Riders rapper, whose real name is Earl Simmons, had an unstable life before he landed in the Westchester County suburb with his fiancee Desiree Lindstrom and his 5-year-old son Exodus. Debts followed him as he moved all over the country, and since the mid-90s, he has undergone repeated foreclosures and forced to sell investments and losses in his real estate portfolio, despite his lucrative multi-million-dollar career and financial. So, yeah. So this whole article is based upon slandering this man who's fighting for his life. Once again, all of this could have been put out 2 months ago, 2 years ago, or whatever. You decide to, but then, or at least it perceived to be, DMX seemed to be doing all right. Yeah, I saw he did the verses with Snoop Dogg. I saw him on Drink Champs. We see a lot of those clips are surfacing around. He did Drink Champs. He was doing like some nice media tour. BET put out the Rough Riders like documentary with him, Swizz, and the creators of Rough Riders and all those guys, Jadakiss, the Locks, all of them were included in that. I watched that during quarantine. Like all of these good things were happening to DMX, and there was no sign of any kind of New York Post article, right? No sign of, like, he still lost that same money. Then he still did all those things. All of that stuff still happened. There's no New York Post thing. But as soon as DMX is on freaking life support, as soon as DMX has an episode that lands him in the hospital, as soon as DMX is fighting for his life, then that's when you decide to publish this article. Come on. I mean, and obviously the hip hop community has not responded well to this. They are pissed at this New York Post stuff. They are pissed because, once again, these are one of our legends in the hip hop community, is literally fighting for his life. And we have a white publication that is out here trying to capitalize on this man's name trending, on the fact that his name is out there and it's surfacing for something that's really tragic. And let's throw salt in the wound. These people are hurting. These people are mourning because one of their heroes, in some cases, whether that's right or wrong, but in some cases, one of their heroes is literally on life support. And you decide to say, oh, by the way, did you know he blew through all his money because of these drug addictions? Like, oh, you can't make this up, man. White supremacy is not your friend, guys. White media companies are not your friend. They're not here to help you advance. They're not here to help you to maintain and win. They're not here. They're not looking out for your best interest. Your best interest is not at their heart. And this is just the latest example. There's a billion examples, right? This is just the latest one. And this is one that caught my eyes. And this is one that I just couldn't let slide. And I couldn't let just go without noticing, or go without acknowledging that. Once again, for those of you that say that white supremacy isn't real, for those of you that say that racism isn't real, for those of you that say that white people have our best interests at heart, think again. And these examples will continue to show. But that's why we have to invest in self. That's why we have to look out for our people. That's why when we say B1, hashtag B1, put your B1s in the chat. That's why when we do that, this is why. Because these people aren't looking out for you. These people aren't out there for you. They don't want you to win. They much rather see you fail and then talk about past failures and then talk about how you're a loser and then talk about how you're this, and that. So no. You have to look out for you. You have to look out for your community. You have to look out and stop thinking that they're coming to save you, because it's not going to happen. They're just going to wait for you, hope that you fail, wait for you to fail, hope that you fail. And if you do, throw salt in the wound, laugh at you when you fall. And this is just the latest example. Like I said, New York Post, come on. I never listened. I never watched the New York Post or read their articles or anything. But if you needed more reason not to, here you go. They literally talk about DMX and his financial situation while the man's on life support, while the man is fighting for his life. DMX, our prayers are for you, man. Hope you come out. Hope you come out of this. Once again, I'm Jeff Lightsy Jr. at the Black Boss channel. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.